pumping, adrenaline jumping, easy sluts all over the place, and me completely off my face. Everybody doing those stupid dance moves, like the hammer, the saw, ringing the doorbell, shit on your hands. Can't see over the wall. And dodging bullets.
Oh, Connor, what's the crack? Welcome to the Gonzo Theatre. So, do you want to ask any questions? Prior to the theatre, what did I do? Well, I went to college, obviously, and floated about, and you know, I did arts in college and an MA in drama in Galway, but I mean, it's all a big haze, really, to be honest with you. I was finding myself through many influences, mainly intoxicants and alcohol and that sort of thing. But I was teaching for a little bit, and then I went off travelling. So I lived in Russia for a while. I was teaching English there, and I went travelling to Australia. I was in Southeast Asia for a year and different parts of America. So basically I was doing a lot of travelling after college. There he was, sneaking around, waiting for his opportunity. Little did he know, the two girls had just paid their bill, and the uglier one of the two was just going to the toilet before they departed into the smouldering, stinky mayhem of the Bangkok streets. So the money ran out and I came back, and I wanted to do what I really love, which is writing plays and producing them and performing them, and there was no theatre in Cavan town. So then I came across this place here, and it was a storeroom for the Imperial Bar, and it was just covered in boxes and glasses and all this sort of stuff. So myself and my mates spent 2 days clearing this place, and we moved muscles we didn't even know we had. It was a lot of hard work, but we put up, we built a kind of a stage, flats on top of beer crates, rented lights, hung them up, and sold out the show for 3 nights. And it was a big success. So after that, I approached Donald and said, why not make it into a proper theatre? So he was all go for it, and we painted the place, built the stage, hung lights, put in a sound system, and it was a 90-seater, and now it's 160 capacity at the moment. So here we are in Blessings Pub. Come on, Dara. This was this is the pub where he did Murder on Main Street, which was one of the flower plays. But we're talking about the Gonzo Club, aren't we? So the Gonzo Club was it's a monthly night of storytelling, music, poetry, performance. Sometimes nudity. So it's basically a platform for people to go up and perform and do what they want, and it hasn't been there in Cavan before. So myself and Dara got together, and we're basically running it, and it's blossomed, hasn't it?
The way I'd see it as well as that, it's a platform for other people to come in and perform and do material that they have, or try out new ideas. It's a collective as well that works together and does projects.
Last time she showed me a diamond ring. Don't make me laugh or crack a smile. She'll be thinking of me walking down the aisle. Last time she showed me a diamond ring. All right, Carl, take it away.
No, just anyway. This is part of the expansion of the theatre. We've got a bar here, but we're going to be opening a nightclub, a sort of alternative nightclub as well. But we're going to be painting the whole place, doing it up, and we're going to have a wall over here that's going to be an art gallery for up-and-coming artists in the town to sell their stuff. We're going to make it a sort of a grungy bar with a DJ box up here. And yeah, it's great to have a bar attached to the theatre. You can hear some of the kids in the background. That's the Gonzo Youth Theatre coming in now performing. But yeah, it's nice that we don't have to run down 3 flights of stairs for a cigarette anymore. Yeah, the name Gonzo. Well, obviously, I wanted to have something that was a bit left of centre rather than something run of the mill. But Gonzo is inspired from Hunter S. Thompson, which is one of my favourite writers, and his style of journalism was called Gonzo journalism. And Gonzo actually means bizarre, left of centre, eccentric, madcap, all those things as well. And with the theatre, I wanted to do something that gave a safe platform for experimental ideas. So you didn't have to come in here and do something that was safe, commercial, conservative. It's an opportunity for young artists with new ideas to go out there, perform and give it a platform for new ideas. That's the Gonzo ethos, really, to help people with different ideas. And then we went down to Electric Picnic, which was a great experience, and there was a big collection of Cavan artists at that.
It was great. It was a great buzz in the crowd. We were very fortunate, I think, with numbers. The crowd, the tent was full. Everybody was really up for it. The atmosphere was amazing. We had some of the best talent in Cavan town there.
My fingers are tingling, my jaw is wagging. This is a wonderful feeling. I think I love everything.
Well, we had a variety. Like in 1 hour, we had beat poetry, with jazz, we'd trad, we'd drama, we'd rock, we'd funk, we'd dance, we'd spoken word. We really crammed it all in, and it was certainly one of those variety acts. And next year, they're very eager to have us back, so that's always good.
Yeah. No, it was a great showcase of colloquial talent. Right? Yeah, it's brilliant.
The Fleadh plays, well, it was a great experience, the World Fleadh Cahill coming to Cavan, so it's the biggest thing ever and ever will happen to Cavan, I imagine. And so I approached the arts office with the idea of putting on 7 site-specific plays that are in different location or landmarks around the town. And what I wanted to do is tell the history of the town from the days of the Farnham estate right up to the closure of the head shops. The legal highs. So I wanted to have a huge span of the history of Cavan. So 7 locations. We'd one at the Lord Farnham statue, and it was about 2 barstool Republicans who wanted to chop off the head of Lord Farnham, and they kidnap a security guard, and through that the history of the Farnham estate came out. And the next play we had was The Ghost of Owen Roe. Well, this is the old Franciscan Abbey, which is one of the locations for one of the Fleadh plays during the town on stage. It was called The Ghost of Owen Roe. And apparently, Owen Roe O'Neill was buried here many years ago in the 1600s in Cavan. And Owen Roe O'Neill was one of the... he was a leader of the gang of rebels during the rebellion against the English army, basically. So I kind of flipped the idea on where it was a modernised adaptation where a gang of drug dealers come out and stand on top of his grave, and they're led by a guy called O'Neill. And then as he's bullying his army, or his gang of drug dealers, Owen Roe rises from the dead and basically tells him the evils of his way. And it was very funny to see all the kids getting scared seeing Owen Roe rising from the grave. But that was one of the Fleadh plays, and it was a huge success.
The town hall in Cavan, I must say, it did an awful lot for youngsters. for their future as regards acting, entertaining, music, dancing, you name it. And in doing so, the flag Cahill, I might add just a word or two, that there are many wonderful people in Cavan. Martin Donoghue, who is an extremely talented musician, eventually after a lot of hard work with the aid of the council and various other organisations, he pushed it and we got the All-Ireland flag, which was a big success, and thank God we're having the flag Cahill back again next year.
Then we had to play it at the Old Mill, and we set that outside, started outside the Kinney Pottle River, which used to be a ducking stool where we used to kill and torture people. So we had a live ducking in the middle of the river where we got an unfortunate actor, Mark Connolly, fair play to him. He was being ducked in the water by masked men, and all the audience had participation in that. We handed out rotten fruit to them and they were throwing fruit at him. So it was like a reenactment of what happened before. And then the play moved into the Old Mill itself, where a gang of drinkers started playing a Ouija board. The play was called the Drunk Ouija Board, and raised the dead spirit of the guy who just died outside. The next play was in Blessing's Pub, which is called Murder on Main Street, and it was based on the McCabe's. And McCabe's came to Ireland in the 1300s and worked as mercenaries, or murderers, if you want to put it that way, for the O'Reilly clan. So this play was based on two hitmen called McCabe's doing a job for a gangster called O'Reilly. So as you can see, it was a radical reinterpretation. And then we had the play at the St. Clair's Convent, and this is probably the most poignant and important play that I've ever written. And it was about the orphanage fire, which happened in the 1940s, where 35 children died and one woman. And we actually performed it in the building where the fire took place, and that got a huge response. I mean, we had to turn hundreds upon hundreds of people away each night from that. So we're going to be running that again, hopefully. So yeah, the whole thing was an epic adventure. We had over 50 actors, 6 directors, including myself, and to see so many people from all different generations and different classes coming to see the plays was a huge experience for me, and you know, it was one of the biggest and enjoyable things I've ever done. The future of the Gonzo Theatre, world domination. No, the future really is of sorry, I'll do that again. We'll continue on doing what we do with bringing in different poets and storytellers and musicians from around. It's great to have a theatre in the town, and it's great to have a new theatre in the county, but over the next year I want to make it a national venue, so where all international, national acts, whether they're comedy, music or theatre, when they come to do the circuit around Ireland, that the Gonzo will be on the tip of their lips and be part of that circuit.
But plant is definitely the next thing I'd like to use. Big machines. I think we could do it maybe, you know, a small digger. Those small diggers.
A bulldozer, possibly.
It's a bit big to bring into a stage.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to work on something like that, you know. And more scantily clad women.
Yeah.
We also want to start bringing in, you know, top quality acts from all over. But the most important thing is the grassroots, like having the Gonzo Club, to give people the opportunity to perform here, to allow them to create new ideas and experiment here. And we've also got the Gonzo Youth, which is a youth theatre company, and make sure that the theatre is here to stay, and that the arts will be continuing in Cavan, and it'll go further afield. The times that's in it, it's one of those shows that you can tour anywhere. All we need is an audience, really. So it's you know, that's one project that we're going to do. And there's Tommy Shelby.
Tommy Jackie, here he comes.
This is
No, I didn't even know you were trying to away.
this is the guy who was the ghost of Monroe, the actor that we buried.
I didn't see you looking in the window.
Just think of me as a ghost.
Cool. How do we end this now?